All right, welcome back to Election 2016 coverage. Let's take a closer look at some of the measures that we're covering tonight with regard to North Dakota. And let's begin with measure number 3, the latest vote totals with what's been called Marsy's Law. This is measure number 3, and right now that is passing 107,956 to 64,162.
Keep in mind, this is a victims' rights measures. It's also something that defense attorneys and victims advocates groups and prosecutors and judges have said would be expensive and an administrative nightmare. So let's get Chris Berg's thoughts on this. Marsy's Law, measure number 3. Chris?
I got to share with both of you, I'm pretty shocked at this one. I talked to a lot of attorneys throughout this campaign, prosecutors, defendants, and they said, look, these are strange bedfellows. I think there was only 3 attorneys that I was told in the entire state that actually were for Marsy's Law, but that shows the power of money when it comes to these elections. A billionaire out of California, guy's got a very, very checkered past. He paid for a bunch of ads. You got Kelsey Grammer, some other people coming out for this situation, and clearly those spots made an impact. I mean, I think it's even up more than the most current numbers we have there with more precincts reporting. So I'm not calling this race, but if you look at how many precincts have reported and where the numbers are currently at, it's going to be very, very tough for the no votes to catch up on measure 3.
I thought it was hard to maybe sort out because, as you indicated, we had certain attorneys that were for it. We had sheriffs that were for it, and yet on the other side, we had many of them saying, no, we weren't for it. So it was hard for the average, I would say, voter to try and sort through it. And as you indicated, there was a big media push regarding that.
And I think one of the most important things about that, Mike, is we're not just talking about a law or a statute here. We're talking about a large chunk being changed in the North Dakota Constitution with a person's name from California. So typically, I think North Dakotans are much more like, hey, that's not the North Dakota way. But tonight, obviously, that's not the case.
Let's go on to measure number 4. This is the tobacco tax increase, which would increase the tobacco tax from 44 cents a pack to $2.20. People are saying no to that. 62% of voters said no to measure 4. Critics said there was no accountability, raises too much money. People in favor said no, everything is built into the measure. Chris?
This, again, it shows the power of money in politics. The no side came out. They ran a ton of ads. One of the key things that we kept hearing, I think the yes side even was not real happy about this because the ads were like, hey, 400% tax, but it never talked about the specifics of it being a tobacco tax. So they did a nice job for marketing that. And a lot of people said, you know what, I don't know if we're okay with now saying that mob can rule in North Dakota. And what I mean by that specifically, Andrew, is that, when do you look back and you allow sort of majority of the people in the state say, yeah, it's okay to raise taxes on individuals. I think most people want to leave that to our legislature.
Okay.
All right, as we move around here, because things are very fluid. With regard to what happens on election night, we've been told that we have an update with regard to the presidential electoral count, and right now what we have is Donald Trump, the Republican candidate, at 223, Hillary Clinton at 209, and as I look at the United States map, we've got Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Georgia, Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Maine, Vermont. All of those states have not been decided yet, or at least we haven't got the finals there. So we've got some states out there and some important ones for whoever comes out on top.
Keep in mind, you need 270 electoral votes to win. We are just getting word. We've now got our correspondent, Peter, from Washington, D.C. And where's he at?
He's out of New York City. Let's go to
there
Peter Zampa, who's with the Hillary Clinton watch party. Peter?
Yeah, hi there. As the results continue to flow in here to the Jacob Javits Center in West Manhattan, a lot of up and downs here from the crowd and the staff on ground here at the Javits Center. They're seeing a lot of results that they really just weren't expecting. We just heard North Carolina called by a network on the screen behind us, and you heard a lot of audible groans. Not happy about that one. That was a big pickup for Donald Trump. He needed it to have a path to a victory. But it is still a bit early on, though. We are still seeing a lot of big states close. Hillary Clinton did recently take a win in California, which propelled her ahead in the Electoral College. But that is going to continue to teeter back and forth as we see a lot of these battleground states go either way. Still so much up in the air here. The mood not as great as it was this afternoon at this Clinton event at the Jacob Javits Center. But once again, everything is still developing. Still some optimism. A lot of anxiety, I'll tell you that much.
All right, do we want to get to one more thing before we toss to a break?
Chris has got an update regarding Grand Forks Legislative District.
A few things here. My phone is just blowing up. I've got news here. This is not confirmed from the Secretary of State side. This is from people texting me. Senator Max Schneider, the minority leader in our state Senate, North Dakota, has lost the race. Also, chairwoman of the Democrat Party, Kylie Overson, apparently has lost as well. I will check the Secretary of State site to confirm that 100%. One more thing for Mike and Andrea. Believe it or not, and I'm pretty shocked by this, but North Dakotans have said yes to medical marijuana. Back to you guys.
All right, up next, we'll take a look at more local results. Stay with us.